Hey guys, and welcome to the 6th episode of the Divinity Original Sin playthrough. We are continuing from just outside the inn where we left off, and I remembered as I was listening here a minute ago, in between episodes, that we forgot to go upstairs. You might say, well, why do you want to go upstairs? Well, that's because we have to meet that old man in his room. Let's turn the ambient volume down just a little bit. There we go. Alright, that old guy should be up here somewhere in this room. Or in a room, I don't know.
Soon the lust will be beaten like the anvil of Grog the Torturer.
Sharif.
Oh.
Citizen. Alright, there we go, Eglin dear.
Greetings!
Ah, you have come, yes, that is most satisfactory. Begone, O brittle mask of age, hear me now, repeat the words of Brittletooth, the child snatcher of Carindor. Come play with me, for I am hungry. Come play, play, play. My name is Eglindir T. Hulsenalair, elf of the house of Gandavun, the slaughtered house of Gandavun. But by the twin blades of the Shadow Vixen I shall have my revenge. The walls of memory are stained with blood, and I would see them bloodier still. About the assistance you asked of me. The game, yes. A game of blood and brutality, of death and dexterity. Fun is faring the horror harlequin, but like the serpentine stalker hisses before the stab. Hush now, darkness. Darling, hush, hush, and listen to my tale. The elves of Gandavum, they lived in peace, oh yes, but one night when the moon had hid her face, the orcs of the tribe of Kazoldagar beset our city. They cooked and ate and burned every last one of us. The light of dawn never saw an elf of Gandavun no more. All undone, every last one of us except for me, the midnight rambler, away from the city. I was very old back then already, though indeed I whisper of many years hence, but death shall not find me. Oh no, not until every beast of Kazoldagar has been bled. I may be frail, a withered grey, but the wealth of kings is mine. Countless assassins have ministered to the vengeance that is my want, and now it is almost over. By Kala, Lady of the Last Gaze, I swear it is almost done. Only the very last one of the Kazoldagar still eludes me, the crowning kill that will seal its fate and mine's alike. I have tracked her down by the curse of spine and spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen sun is setting fast. Color the dusk red, O sword of youth, bloody the day with the bramble sap that runs through the veins of Victoria. Bring me the amulet that clings to her flesh, soon to fade, and yours shall be the bounty of vindication. Mine shall be its sanguine satisfaction after long, long last. So my target would be Victoria, a girl orc? Yes, Victoria! She is the one whose heart must be held in hand, the heart around which the fingers of that hand must clench and tighten until its choking flesh bulges with blood and its beat slowly breaks. The orcs of Kazdagar, they knew my name, oh yes, by the bite of the roving rattler. They knew my design, and so they sought to save their last, an infant, she who was to be queen to no avail, and no. Years have, how many I know not, years I searched, and now she has been found. Her name is that of a woman, her employment that of a civilized being, but by the fork of Barbara Man-Eater, she is nothing but an orc, a cyst of nature, one of a misbegotten litter dragged into life from the tumored womb of a filthy, coarse-haired beast that was humped like a dog in the darkness of a stinking hollow. This guy's pretty vulgar. Victoria, librarian, daughter, adopted child of Cecil, mayor of Cyseal. There is bloodlust in you, I can feel it. Let it out, set it free. Undo the last of the Kazoldagar by the breasts of Sishara Goatsucker. Give me my revenge. I'll take my leave.
Bye!
Okay. Where's my partner at? There he is. These two have to talk. That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I would never have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado of assassins. He is as much a savage as those orcs, and how is Victoria guilty of her tribe's crime if she was but a babe at the time? He has been driven to madness by grief, I think, but I understand his urge to see every last one of the orc tribes dead. I like that one better. Indeed, Victoria probably doesn't even know about her past, and yet she's on a, let's call him, eccentric hit list. Indeed. 1 point for giving. More abilities that I didn't even know we had. Wonderful. Oh, look at all this stuff. Faded shirts, folded shirts, empty potion flasks, folded shirts. Empty potion, jump, jump, jump.
By the needles of the million breeder, they'll end it all in blood.
Alright, let's do a little bit of exploratory.
By the vile teeth of Suluma Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria!
That guy's freaking cuckoo. Cuckoo for the Cocoa Puffs. Oh, who's that? Oh, citizen wanting to walk in there and catch me stealing something. Okay. I'm not seeing a whole lot of anything anyway, except for that desk. Alright, there was another guy over here. There we go. Let's go talk to them.
Soon the last will be beaten like the anvil of Grog the Torturer. All hail Grog. All hail his hot-steeled instrument.
That guy's freaking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Alright, let's talk to him.
Greetings!
Greetings!
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely even find me up here, but I do so aboard the hustle and bustle of the marketplace. I take it you are a traveling merchant? That I am. I have spent more of my life on the road, traveling alongside great caravans, than I have in any great place in Rebellion. All of this earth is my home, for a few days, or even but a few hours at a time, that is. You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh yes, a city besieged by the dead isn't even remotely special to me. All the better that it isn't, for you and for me, because outlandish events lead to outlandish wares. Well, let's discuss your wares. Oh, but let's not discuss, let's browse and barter. What do we got? We got some spell books. We got some more spell books. If I was a caster, that would all matter. A couple sharp knives, a magical knife. Yeah, nothing really that I want. So peace out, home skillet.
Bye!
Peace out. Alright, let's head out of here. And then let's move on through the city. Wait a second. What is that? Is that marker? The King Crab. Oh, it's just showing you what it is. That's probably for the map so that I can look. The King's Crab Tavern, Mortician's Morgue, Harbor Warehouse. Once you've been in somewhere, I guess it puts a little marker on it. That's cool. I don't know what this is. Who's that? Larian.
A quiet day on the market, it seems.
We'll go talk to this fella and see what's going on. Larian's House of Healing. But if one were to reduce the quality of skull dust by percentage or two, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as threefold under the right conditions. Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit. More petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia and half the circumference of the biceps brachii, as the memory serves. But no matter, no matter. Even if it could spare its hardiest specimen, I'm sure the order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. All right, tell me about yourself. Me? Why, I'm more than a little surprised that you haven't heard of me. Perhaps I can jog your memory. It was I who cured the Duchess of Aradia of her unslackable thirst, a simple pinch of Atropa belladonna into her morning tea. I who discovered that aging itself can be halted by a single application of a tincture of Cincuta dubulgasi to the tongue. Not to mention that it has been my and only my tutelage that has permitted my apprentice Eglin to soar to the Olympian heights she has, by the grace of good guidance and good fortune, managed to reach. So your apprentice has enjoyed some success? Yes. If that's how we're referring the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method hardly approaching the hinterlands of her understanding. She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her to offer a demonstration. A revolutionary healing method? Can you elaborate? Some manner of quackery I can hardly stand to allow in my house of healing. She has procured a stone supposedly capable of preternatural feats of healing, but I know neither the source of the stone's power nor the nature of the gem itself. She claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silverglen by name, and that an abbot there blessed it with the power to heal. Utter rubbish, I say, but with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, I can hardly march up to Silverglen to learn the truth myself. Let's discuss your apprentice, Eglin. I don't mean to imply that the girl is wholly without talent. No, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions. I do expect she'll be quite a successful healer in her own right when the time comes. She is learning from the best, after all. Do you have any work for a trio of sailors? Sorry, but there isn't much work for sailors in the House of Medicine, unless one of them happens to have a secret stash of healing stones. Let me ask you about affairs around cyseal. Certainly. What would you like to know? Do you know anything about Jake's murder? The counselor? A terrible loss, that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be simply a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were hardly a secret, you know. What can you tell me about the plague of undead? I've applied my ample experience to the particular problem for nearly 2 years and have come to nary a step closer to its resolution in all that time. I'd go so far as to declare the problem unsolvable. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men. Do you know anything about Jake's murder? I've already asked you that. I'll take my leave.
Mysterious healing stone. Interesting indeed.
Let's go talk to old girl about the mysterious healing stone. Ooh, she's like all freaky. Excuse me, this is a private sick room. Who in the name of the seven do you think you are barging in here? Out, I say, right this instant. Tell me about yourself. Oh, well, in that case, no, sorry, sigh. I'm sorry. It's this task. I feel my very being is unraveling at its most tenuous seams. I'm an apprentice of the healing arts, but this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see, and 2 direly wounded men who need it. I've been racking my brain trying to figure the best method to settle this grave situation, but perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to weighing life and death than I am. Tell me more about the patients. What would you like to know? Tell me about Boris. One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead, a young man but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away. I'd like to know more about Stephen. Quite the venerable staple. Dog went crazy. Quite the venerable staple of cyseal, Stephen, and recently blessed with the 3rd grandchild, he was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple. And only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement, no less. So we got a young guy and an old guy. Nearly everyone in cyseal is familiar with grinning Stephen, and as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family. About your healing stone. Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loic by name, in the northern town of Silverglen. He is of a certain faith, the Immaculates, they call themselves, that espouses the belief that certain stones can heal wounded flesh. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but something happened as he handed me the stone. A small cut on my finger instantly healed, leaving no trace of the wound. Needless to say, I was astounded. But it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. It takes time to regain its magical properties, and I guard it cautiously. I'm ready to make my decision. You are, I thank you a million times for your help. Who have you decided should receive the healing stone? Boris's life has just begun. We can't cut it short now. He should receive the stone. I want to help Boris because he's young, so I'm doing that. Yes, Boris deserves to experience all the pleasures of life that Stephen has already enjoyed. I totally agree. Out with the old, in with the new. Yes, Boris deserves to experience, so we did that. Boris it is. Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man, but my heart breaks for the other. Can't say I didn't want to live. Wanted it with every fiber of my heart, not just for my own sake, but for my family. Where are we going? Uh-oh. What the heck is going on, man? By the quill, the last Sabaean words. What's this? What are you doing here? Where the very stars come to die? Who are you and where have you come from? Who am I? Who the devil are you? No, no, no. We may find ourselves at the terminus of time, but I asked you first, and it is only courteous to provide an imp of good and honest standing with the answer he deserves, or desires. Upon reflection, though, it hardly matters who you are, for the question is not who, but how. All we did was to approach a strange stone. It shone with a blinding light, then whirled us away. A stone, you say. Could it be? Could I have been right all along? The stone. What was it? Was it bright and beauteous as diamond, but did it glow softly deep down in its heart, as if a soul dwelled within? I'd say that's fairly accurate description. Starstone it must be. For centuries it slept, this bounty of the heavens, but now it is waking, and it has brought its awakeners here. Continue. All was dark, and all was still, as it always has been and always would be, or so I thought, so I feared. But then the runes around me began to shimmer, shine, and dance like fair-winged fairies roused from slumber. Starstone, could it be the key after all? And you its wielder, things of light to unlock things of darkness? Lead us into realms forbidden, where salvation may yet be found? It would be great if you'd start making some sense right about now. Oh, I have been making sense all along, my friend, though I didn't even see it. See? That is what you must do. Approach the looking lens and behold, if you dare, the darkness before which even the cosmic shadows flee in terror.
You know, I think that it may be quite mad. Then again, better appease and have a look through the looking lens.
What looking glass? Inactive portal? Oh, right there. Duh. Well, portal has become active. Anything over there to grab? Nothing to grab, nothing to pick up. Ooh, a desk. Nothing in the desk. Whisked me all the way here to this wondrous place, and there's nothing for me to steal. Good golly. You looked through the looking lens, you saw terrifying, isn't it? So much to see, so much to discover, and so little time to do it in. I'm not a child imp. The dark does not scare me. Oh, how brave you are, how bold and hardy. Too bad it won't help you even a little bit when the seemingly inevitable end comes to swallow you whole. This maw of darkness, it consumes time itself. Yes, Starstone starter, you have just witnessed the end of all. The maelstrom that like a carrion eater is devouring the carcass of creation. Space and time have lost all meaning, for they are falling prey to the void. And in the void there is no existence. A bleak prospect indeed, and yet you do not seem to despair. I did despair. For the longest of times I did. Eons upon eons I have traveled through the reaches of time, through the rifts that lead to worlds unimaginable, hoping to find something, anything that could put a stop to the maelstrom. That is how I found this place, and I knew that it was here that the answer must be hidden. It seemed with mystery undiscovered, with power that is limitless yet out of reach, until you came along, the ones who can tame Starstone. You have drowned my despair, you whom I believe can end the end of time. I think it is time you tell me who you are, Sir Imp. But of course, I am Zigzags, the Imp Historian, tasked by the gods to write the history of all creation. Faithfully have I fulfilled my task, and would have done so perpetually until one day I saw that time will end. Impossible, I thought, inconceivable, for the gods had told me that their works was infinite, both in date and in distance. But my eyes did not deceive me. When the maelstrom I beheld, time would end, I would end, all would end. No, I cried, never. I shall save time if it is the last thing I do. So far my efforts have been in vain, but you, as the saying goes, are the hope that springs eternal. Starstones, the end of time, us source hunters, how about you connect the dots for me? Because I'm a dummy. To claim I can piece the puzzle together would at this stage be premature and insincere, but let me summarize the facts as clearly as I can see them. Here we are, in a fragmented sliver of space, which happens to be the only spot in all the universe where one may directly observe the void maelstrom. A portal flanks the licking lens, but until now it was inert. The rune stones that adorn it are special, which lead me to believe that they were somehow linked to Starstone. Starstone, though, always remained as useless as a pebble, dead rock of no consequence. Its sequence remained off limits to me. You, however, made the souls inside the Starstone spring to life, and thereby are you activating portals to anew. Thereby you are activating portals to new, previously forbidden areas in this strange dimension. I do not know where they lead, but I am convinced they will steer towards a solution to the continuance of time. How did you get here, and what is here? Well, you see, on one of my travels I found a runestone in the deep demonic dungeons that hide from daylight, far beneath the surface of horror-haunted nemesis, a plane of frightful perversions. I read the rune and it brought me here. This sad little realm that is no more than a morsel at the edge of all-consuming abyss. Ever since it has been a place where I found shelter, a home even, though it shares its dominion with that terror of terrors that is the void. So there you have it, the homestead of the shelter plane at the end of time. Welcome be, my friend, welcome be. I'll take my leave. Splendid idea. Later we can talk till the cows come home, but right now we should investigate the portal. Where, oh where does that little portal lead? I wonder. Let's go look at it and see.
Where in the world are we? We are not the world at all.
Okay, so he went down that ways. And I think we're going to stop here, because this is probably going to be a pretty deep adventure, and maybe a dungeon or whatever, I don't know. Looks like it might have a lot to it though, and we've only got a few minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next one, where hopefully we'll start to get to kill stuff. That would be wonderful. All right, have a great day.